1008, runway 10, clear to land.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Happy Monday. We're back at it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to be making a trip that someone requested that we go into Ardmore, Oklahoma. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a corporate trip in the Citation from Austin up to Ardmore. Should be a nice little trip. As you can tell on the satellite image in sim, we do have some weather here. And it's actually looking pretty nasty. So let's go to our aviation weather, check it out, see what it says. And let me get you pulled up. Here we go. Okay. Austin, we have 360, 14 knots, gusting to 23, 6 statute miles visibility. They have rain and the clouds are broken. Rain is overcast at 1,000, and altimeter is 3002. So yeah, it's not a great day down in Austin. We'll see how accurate this is when we actually load up in the sim, and then we'll go up here to Ardmore. Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. There we go. Ardmore is going to be beautiful. 100 at 5 knots, 10 statute miles clear. 3017 for the altimeter. So that looks good. And then we're going to look at sky vector really fast as well. Look at here. We've got rain. We've got all kind of stuff coming up out of the Gulf. This isn't our exact route. That's a direct route. Ours will be basically the same path, but a little different. You can see we got precipitation and some storms coming up out of the Gulf here. And we also have moderate icing. Let's see, between 15,000 and flight level 280, moderate ice. So we'll see if that pans out as well. But pretty interesting weather today. Let's see how accurate or close it's going to be. We are flying live weather, so we'll see. All right. Anyway, let's hop in the airplane. All right, we're loaded in at Austin Bergstrom. Everything's stabilized, ready to go, and as you can tell, it looks pretty dang nasty out there. It is raining. I just saw a raindrop drop. Looks like a little bit of rain. Yeah, it's raining just a tad. So this looks, I mean, so far it looks fairly close. Anyway, we're going to be flying the Syntex 6 departure. We'll be going via the CWK VOR, and then the Dart Fix, and then Waco. So that will be that. It does say for the Waco transition for aircraft requesting 12,000 MSL and below. I'm not sure about that. I don't see anything for that direction that says 12,000 and above. So we're going to go with that one. We'll say ATC clears us up to our cruise out afterwards. Our cruise out is 40,000 feet. I'm not sure if we're going to do that or not. We may actually go maybe a little bit lower than that. I don't know. Sim Brief, that's what they came up with for us, so we'll just see. We'll play that one by ear. Anyways, get the flight director on, yaw damper, and we will knock off the parking brakes and open the throttle. Actually, scratch that. Let's pause for just 1 second. All right, now we're ready to go. Had to hop out and calibrate my joystick real quick. I have to calibrate it between or every launch of the game. I have to calibrate my joystick. Even if it doesn't matter if I've played it earlier in the day and I go back in, I still have to calibrate it. If I do not, bad things will happen. So anyway, let's open up the throttle just a little bit and get rolling here. All the way out now. And we will get up in the air shortly. Love flying a Citation. I've always been a fan of the corporate stuff. I think it's always been really cool. Let's go ahead and rotate. And come back on the throttle some. It has so much power. It climbs out like no tomorrow. We'll go about 15 degrees here. We'll get our, let's see, get our gear up. And we are not going to worry about ATC. That is not our, they are no longer our concern because the ATC is just no count in here. So anyway, we're climbing out. Look here, not so beautiful Austin today. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute, dude. Oh, American Airlines, what's he doing? Is he landing or taking off maybe? Let's turn the volume down just a tad here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, he is, he's making an arrival, so that's really cool. You can tell the weather here looks absolutely horrible. No, I don't want to acknowledge you. I don't want to have anything to do with you, dude, because y'all are no count. All right, here we go. Climbing through 4,000 feet. You see, we are getting bumped around, and we are up in the clouds. So this is probably one of the worst days I think we have flown in the sim. It is not a good day at all, that is for sure. That front or that storm system, it seems like it's been hanging out down there forever. Down in the Gulf, and then finally moved up into Texas and down in the New Orleans area and the Florida Panhandle, all that stuff. So it is finally pushing inland and starting to get some effects from it in Texas here. And let's see, I think it said our moderate icing is from 15,000 to flight level 280, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Let's go ahead and hit nav mode. We'll turn on course here. We'll open the throttle a little bit more. And we'll bump our speed on up to about 230. Looks like we're getting ready to break out here. Let's look around some. No, still not. We're still in it. There we go. Now we're breaking out. Well, kind of. Trying to. We're skirting along the tops. There we go. All right, let's see our, let's see our airspeed jumping up and down and all that stuff. And if she'll level out on us there, I don't know. She is being kind of weird. What is up with that? Is our autopilot engaged? Yes, it is. Why are you porpoising on me like this? Because this makes no sense. She is like really porpoising. And I don't know why. It is like not wanting to stabilize at all. Part of that wonkiness in the autopilot, I don't get it. You know, sometimes it seems like it's fine, and other times, not so much. And you see she's starting to stabilize on altitude there. You know, it almost seems like it's got worse with the last patch. I don't know for certain. I can't say for certain because it's been wonky the whole damn time, but it seems like to me the flight level change, like it's not doing as good after the last patch. I could be completely wrong, probably am, but that's just me. It's something is most definitely not right. You saw what she did. Coming up on 12,000 feet there. And so anyway, we are above 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and get our lights taken care of, get landing off. We don't need logo. And we are turning on course to CWK. I'm looking at the plate right now. I don't see anything, nothing but lateral. Nothing but lateral. So we'll go CWK to Dart and then to Waco. You can tell, got some storms. Definitely a few storms built up around us. Look at there. Look at that. Wow. That is impressive. Let's hop out and get a few screenshots. Absolutely beautiful. Look at those storms. We got someone climbing out behind us there, or maybe he's descending down into the clouds. I can't say for sure. Let's grab that one. All right, let's hop back in the plane. Let's make sure we do not overspeed this thing. And we broke through. I don't think these storms are too severe down there. I haven't looked at it too terribly much. That's really cool though. Yeah, this is by far one of the biggest systems that we've flown in. We've flown over a line of storms and stuff like that, little patchy stuff, but nothing nothing crazy like this. There's American 2404 coming in. All right, let's finish up and climb. See where Americans going here. There he goes. That is cool. Look at that. He's hanging out in the clouds down there. He's almost got the shark fin going on him. That's neat. All right, let's go ahead and climb up the rest of the way. Like I said, I don't know if we're going to do 40,000 feet. We may do 32, 34, something like that. We'll see. We're not using ATC, so it really don't matter. We're just doing what we want to do. Because the ATC in the sim is no count whatsoever. They really just aren't. Alright, let's open the throttle a little bit more. We'll go up to 320 from now. We'll play it by ear from there. Anyway, I hope you guys had a good weekend. We did. We had a pretty nice, quiet weekend. My oldest daughter was sick. Woke up sick Friday morning. Had a bad sore throat, sniffles and sneezing and all that kind of stuff. So unfortunately, or not unfortunately, but per school guidelines, had to keep her home, of course, and had to, you know, at that point, you can either keep your kid home for 10 days from the onset of symptoms, or you can take them and get them tested at the doctor for, of course, you know, for coronavirus and all that stuff. So we took her that morning. She got a quick result test or whatever they call it, and came back negative. So she was good on that, and sore throat got better yesterday. So I think it's probably just allergies or something like that were kicking in. Everyone's been kind of sneezy and sniffly lately. So that was good. But all in all, pretty good weekend. Wasn't bad at all. And the weather is most definitely cooling off here. For sure. It is going to be some serious fall weather before you know it. Wow, look at that weather. That is just absolutely amazing. Look at that. You see climbing through 18,000 feet. Here's transition altitude. Absolutely outstanding. I love it. Thinking about trying out X-Plane. You know, don't get me wrong. I love Flight Simulator 2020. I'm not one of those people like, oh, it's the best, it's better than anything. It's great, it has things to offer, but I'd like to see what X-Plane has to offer. And the thing that really appeals to me about X-Plane is that it does have a lot more aircraft. You know, you've heard me say many times, I really like an MD-80 series to fly for American or Delta or whatever. And I looked at one for X-Plane. It was a really nice plane, but it was also very expensive, like between $50 and $60. But it looked really, really nice. So if I went to X-Plane, it would be for, you know, the variation in aircraft. And it's a lot more finished product than Flight Simulator. Of course, the A320, I really like the mod that was done by Fly-by-Wire that added a bunch of features and improved some things, stuff like that. Of course, that is broke. It was broke with the last patch, and I haven't seen anything about when it may be fixed or come back out or anything. So, I mean, I could fly the plane without it. I've done it before. I've done a few videos before I got that and tried it out. So, I mean, that's an option, but I'd really just like to fly some other aircraft. So I'm still kind of on the fence about X-Plane. It looks great. I mean, you know, it looks absolutely amazing. I've been watching some videos from content from different people, and you know, I've seen some good stuff. So it may definitely be something to think about checking out. Just a matter of buying and getting it, you know. The aircraft are really just super expensive though. That's $60 for a plane. I mean, that's a lot of money. So I'm not going to get into whether it's worth it or not. I don't know. It looks absolutely outstanding. The MD-80 that I looked at looked really good. And that plane has just always appealed to me. You know, there's a video on YouTube floating around. The guy is an MD-80 series pilot. I can't remember which one, but he said he felt like it was one of the best designed aircraft that he ever flew. And I would believe that. And they're little rockets too. They're just like a bigger version of the Citation. If you've ever been at an airport that had, or you know, for example, I remember being up around Atlanta, you know, at times, and watching the airplanes take off, and you see your, you know, your 737s and your, you know, 57s, 67s, all them taking off on a regular kind of takeoff profile, and then you see the MD-80s taking off, and they're like almost damn near going straight up. I mean, it is crazy how they climb out, and just absolutely fun plane to fly. They maneuver really well. They fly really good. You know, so that has been like one of the absolute main ones I've been wanting to fly. I've really been looking forward to that. And, you know, I said 737-400 and, yeah, a 757. I think those would be the ones that I'm really kind of looking forward to. All right, so we broke out on top of the weather. Let's see if we got that icing going on real quick. No icing conditions whatsoever. Well, we done broke out on top, so it's actually, it went up to 280. We're at 3, we're coming up on 320, so we're above the icing now, but climbing out through it, I didn't ever see anything, so yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe it's down there and we just lucked out. We didn't really go through any clouds once we broke out. So I don't know. But we are on course. We are fixing to level out. And you know, we're gonna pull this up and get a little bit better idea of what we're doing. We're going by Rolac. And there is Waco, and then from Waco, let's see, okay, they got us going directly over DFW, and then we'll be starting our approach into Ardmore. So this should be really cool. I really enjoy flying to and landing in the little airports. The smaller airports. So let's pull that speed way back before we overspeed. So we did level out. Double check all this. Let's come back a little bit more. There we go. All right, just want to make sure I don't overspeed this thing when I'm like out of the cockpit looking around and stuff like that. All right, we are on our way. Let's hop out of the airplane, look around, guys. Look at there, that corporate stuff is so cool. Those guys get to fly. You know, they get some of the best dang trips of anyone out there. I really think. I mean, personally, I don't know. You know, I think the money's pretty good from some of the guys that I know that were corporate pilots and stuff. But, you know, one trip, they may fly to Aspen. I've known guys that have flown to Aspen and then down to the Bahamas. You know, I mean, the trips are down to Florida, you know, to, you know, Tampa or St. Petersburg, you know, lay over a few days and then, you know, go to DFW. I mean, they just seem like they have the best trips. They really just do. They get a lot of diversity in the airports that they fly in and out of. You know, Aspen, Telluride, that kind of stuff. All right, back into plane, passing over Waco. And it is still the same view. Like, this is a seriously nasty weather over Texas right now. Look at Sky Vector. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, depending on how the weather compares in sim, I mean, it's rolling on up into the metroplex here. You can see. So I imagine the cloud cover is probably all in this area down, at least right here. It says it's clear, or no, it's overcast at 10,000 feet at Gainesville. And it's clear up in Ardmore, so it's broken at 11,000 at Sherman, Denison. And broken 9,000 over at Durant. So yeah, it looks like, if it's accurate, you know, in the sim, then we should be breaking out somewhere around DFW or just a little bit north. So that is really cool. We'll see how it pans out, what it looks like. You know, I've seen weather that looked like it was pretty spot on, and then other times it wasn't. It wasn't close at all. Like when we landed in Austin the other day, it said we had clouds like, it was like broken at 4,000 or 4,500 or something like that. And I think there was another layer of clouds up above that, but in sim, there was nothing. It was like completely crystal clear. And it was on live weather. I double checked it. You know, I was flying the other day. I wasn't videoing. I was just messing around in sim, and it did that again to me. And so I went into the weather. I set it to clear, and then I set it back to live, and then it changed. So it's like it wasn't updating or something. I don't know if anyone else has been experiencing those issues. Let me know. It's just, I don't know. It's just really just kind of odd behavior in the weather. As see, we are 55 miles outside of Dallas Fort Worth. A little less than that, actually, getting into the outskirts. Hey, we're back. We're 15 miles outside of DFW. Still got that overcast below us. Really kind of curious to see how that starts breaking up just as we get north of the metroplex, right along that line from like Denison and over to Denton and that away. You can see it looks like we got a little bit higher level of clouds directly in front of us, and it looks like there may be a little bit of blue. I mean, I know you're going to see a little blue below them anyway because they're a higher level, but the line of clouds look like they smooth out a little bit, so it may be the end of them right ahead here. I'm hoping. We'll find out. I'm really hoping this is going to be pretty accurate to what we read and saw in the radar and the reports and stuff, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, you see on the GPS VFR map, look at all the traffic coming into DFW. That is cool. That is really cool. Look at all those. Busy down there today. If we were flying down there, it would not be that busy at all, I guarantee you. But that is really cool. And of course, unfortunately, we can't see any of it. Like the one day I really want to kind of see, it's the worst day weather-wise that we've flown in. But it does look like it's opening up. Look at there. It does look like it's pretty accurate as far as where it is supposed to end, where the end of storm is supposed to be at. So I think at this point we fly all the way up to 80 amp. Yeah, okay. So we need to see our distance here. 70 miles out, so we need to start getting on down. Let's change our altitude down to about, we'll do 220, something like that. Might come way back on our speed. There we go. Yeah, our flight level change just doesn't seem, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem to be working at all. It's almost like it's in vertical speed mode right now. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. I thought for a while I had a pretty good understanding of how it worked and what to do, and now it's like completely different. So, I don't know. But finally about to get ahead of this front just in a little bit, so we'll check out some views on the exterior here, and we'll talk to you when we get a little bit lower. All right, we're descending through flight level 220 down to 12,000 feet. Actually, we're going through 20,000 feet now to 12,000 feet, and we're just about to kind of start entering the clouds. Looks like we were, and then now they're right here. They're kind of dropping off below us a little bit more. We should punch through this buildup of clouds right here, and it should be clear on the other side, which is just really, really cool. This is one of my favorite parts of the sim, or just, you know, simming in general, is like going through diverse weather, taking off in bad conditions, and, you know, popping out in good conditions at your destination, or vice versa. You know, it's always a lot of fun. And so far everything's looking good. We're gonna pull the power back some more and start slowing down. Let's see, we are 40 miles out. So at the 30-mile point, we need to be 10 to 12,000, 12,000 on the high end. 10,000 be better. 10 to 12K. I think we're entering the clouds. Yes, we are. There we go. Getting bumped around quite a bit. I don't think these are storms. I didn't see storms north of DFW on the radar. I think this is just all cloud cover. All right, coming through 16,000 feet. We're through 260 knots. That's looking good. And I think we're about to punch through here, maybe. Well, no, we still got more. We're still... So this is pretty dang accurate. This is pretty accurate from everything that we saw. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I don't know why it's so accurate today and the other day it wasn't at all. That's the odd part about it. And I know I've said this before, you know, you fire up the sim and you never really know exactly which sim you're going to get. Are you going to get the sim with the good weather, the good accurate weather, and the good autopilot that does what it's supposed to do? Or are you going to get one that doesn't? Who knows? It's a toss-up. It really just is. You never know what you're going to get. All right, let's open the throttle back up a little bit more. Oh yeah, we're fixing to punch out. That is so sweet. That looks like the Red River. I do believe that would be the Red River. We were just on the Red River over in Shreveport. So that's pretty cool. Red River flows all the way down into the Mississippi. And we are 30 miles out, almost 12,000 feet, so we're not doing horrible. I'd like to be a little bit lower, but you know, we'll do what we can. Let's get down to 8K here. Let's pull the throttle all the way back. Don't go speeding up on me. You need to slow it down. And we're fixing to break through 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and get our landing lights on. And there you go, beautiful weather. As you can see, let's check it out from the exterior here. Got beautiful weather, and then we have nasty weather. Beautiful and nasty. Look at there. Very nice. And that is indeed the Red River. Really cool stuff. Keep our speed back, make sure we don't stall it out. We'll do about 230 knots. Let's see, we are now 23 miles out. So let's see if we can pull up their ATIS. Oh, we gotta make us do that. No, I don't want to contact them. I just want the ATIS.
FT Worth Center Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is at 9,100 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
Cessna Alpha Sierra, X-Ray Golf, Sierra FT Worth Center, continue to Alpha Delta, Mike as planned. Altimeter tree, 0.08.
FT Worth Center, how you gotta love that, right?
Cessna, X-Ray Golf Sierra, you are 28 miles south. Maintain present heading and altitude, expect vectors, visual runway, 13 approach.
Visual 13, okay.
Maintain present heading and altitude.
And
expect vectors,
let's see, we're going to, then I concur with that. That's what Sky Vectors tell me that we should be landing on that. So let's go ahead, let's go to arrival. Let's do RNAV 13. We're gonna plug that in. And I can't change the transition, unfortunately. So we'll just go with this and we'll see what it does here. And look at our speed, make sure we're not getting too slow. 220. We're not gonna worry about you guys. Yeah, we'll acknowledge the transmission and then we're going to ignore you the rest of the time.
1 Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra.
Alright, let's check out our VFR map, make sure our weather is... Yeah, there's supposed to be another transition over here. I would have liked to have gotten it, but it didn't show it as an option, unless I did something wrong here. The arrival, where can I... Let's see, let me look at that real quick. What is it? I saw it. I saw it. There you are, okay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, this one right here. There we go. Route, activate. This should be better. All right, so we need to hit Mergy at, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I don't know, 3,600 feet. So we'll do that. How far out of Mergy are we? It is not showing us. Are you going to show us how far out of Mergy we are? No, it is not. Okay, let's go ahead and descend down to 5,000 feet. And gotta keep our eye on that speed. I'll let it get a little bit slow on me there because I'm messing with this other stuff. We are currently about 10 nautical miles outside of Ardmore VOR. That's Ardmore right there. And try to figure out where about the field would be. Maybe back over in this area somewhere. I don't see it quite yet. Don't see it. Go back to Sky. I'm gonna take a peek in Sky Vector here. Let's see, the Lake Texoma. There you go. Lake Texoma over there off the wing, and Ardmore straight ahead, and the airfield is going to be back out over this way. A good little bit. It's kind of, it's a ways outside of town. This is KADM. There's another airfield there in...
Center Southwest, 25 2531 is at flight level 370 descending 10.
There's another airfield in Ardmore proper. It's
Southwest 2531 FT Worth Center. Continue as planned.
1 Foxtrot. Let's see. 1 Foxtrot 0. That's not the one we're going to though. We're going to the big one. That the other one is Ardmore Downtown Executive. Alright, double check our speed. Getting a little bit slow now. A little bit slow. We're alright though. Alright, airfield should be back over here. Maybe that right there. In a bit, we'll have to see about getting down to 3,600 feet to start the RNAV approach. I mean, we could easily do the visual. It's not really a necessity to do this. It's more just for practice, going through the systems and getting everything set up like we need. It's like I was watching someone on YouTube that was flying in real life. They're doing a VFR trip somewhere, and when they got to their destination airport, they requested an ILS approach. He said he requested them as often as he could because it was nothing but practice, and I get that. The different, you know, the different types of approaches and stuff like that. So, all right, everything is looking very nice. The airport should be off our wing over here. That looks like that might be it right there, actually. All right, let's see. Let's pull back up the approach. And let's see. RNAV for runway 13. There we go. RNAV GPS 13. Mergy at 3,600 feet to RD. And then from RD, we'll start descending Endo 2,900 feet. Mariv, you know, some of these points I don't get how do you even say these? I don't. Do they have a website where you can like type in the fix and it tells you how to pronounce them? How would you even say this to ATC? You know, I mean, it's Mike Alpha Romeo Yankee Victor Mariv, I guess. I don't know. Those always confuse me. And the last time when I was big into simming in the late mid to late 90s, you didn't have all this RNAV stuff. That was just kind of seemed like, if I remember correctly, just starting to come about. Like everything was VOR approaches, NDB, ILS, that kind of stuff. You didn't see a lot of, I mean, there were fixes, but nothing like you see now. It is like fixes on crack now. They're everywhere. Fixes for everything. You know, I'm sure they probably get you fixes to park your plane in the hangar. I mean, everything, they're everywhere. Or the RNAV points, I should say. It's crazy how it's changed up. All right, let's go down to 3,600 feet. Pull the power back so we won't speed up any. Oh, a little bit too far there. All right, 3,600 feet. Everything's looking great. We'll just let the autopilot do its thing, and then we get on short final, we'll knock it off and land the airplane. It's just I really want to get proficient at using the FMS on the fly. I've kind of, you know, I've pretty much figured out how to program it from point A to point B when you're sitting on the ramp, but I really want to get good and used to all the functions and features that I need when you're mid-flight and you need to make course changes or, you know, whatever the case may be. All right, we're passing Mergy. We're heading to Artie. Murgy was our initial approach fix. Artie will be our intermediate fix. If I'm interpreting this correctly, always be sure to let me know if there's something I'm misinterpreting or don't understand, or I'm always up for learning more. That's what I want to do. I want to do, have the best, most realistic experience I can have. What it's all about. So, look at there. Look at the windmills. That's really cool. Got lots of those around where I live as well, outside of town a bit. And all over in this area, actually. That's neat. And we're at 3,600 feet. We're slowing down to 200 knots. You know, we're going to pull it back and we're going to slow down to 190. Get back to 190 here. What a cool approach. Look at the weather off in the distance that we flew over for so long. All right, open our throttle back. Actually, let's do 180. Let's do 180. We'll pull it back a good bit. Let's see, Artie is going to be about 15 miles off the end of the runway, give or take. Let's see, 5.5 and 2, 7.5. Let's see, 10.7, 13 points. So yeah, about 14 miles, give or take, off the end of the runway. So we have a little ways to go. After we pass Artie, we can descend down to 2,900 feet for Ando, at or above 2,900 feet for Ando. And then Mariv would be at or above 2,800 feet. That would be our final approach fix. So everything's looking very nice. If the plane will go ahead and make her turn, okay, there we go. Always kind of makes me sweat just a little bit, because you never know. I don't completely trust the autopilot. I really just don't. I wish I could, but I don't. I've seen it do some things that it shouldn't have, it shouldn't have done. All right, we sped up to about 200 knots. That's all right, though. We'll go with that. And we should be on our... lining up on the runway. There's the runway in sight. Sweet. All right, so now we need to go down to 2,900 feet. So let's do that. Down to 2,900. We'll pull the power back. There's a runway straight ahead. Now let's look at it a little better here. Look at there. Coming into Ardmore, Oklahoma. Been through Ardmore a couple times. Between Dallas, Fort Worth, and Oklahoma City. So actually, Meredith and I, we wound up living in Oklahoma, in western Oklahoma, for not quite 10 years. We lived in western Oklahoma for a long time before we moved back to Texas. All right, so we're coming up on 2,900 feet, and we need to go ahead and descend down to 2,800 feet. Well, it's not showing me on my readout here. There it is. Yeah, it's 2,800 feet. Very cool. Love the approach. Final approach. That's always my favorite part, I think. And we're slowing down nicely. Everything's looking really good. Let's go ahead and knock the autopilot off. We'll take it from here. We'll take you from here. We'll trim up the nose just a tad. And we'll just slowly descend. Looks like we got some terrain off the end of the runway down there. I can't tell if it looks like it's something in the terrain or Yeah, I don't think it's shading. I don't think it's shading in the ground texture. I think that is definitely some kind of terrain. I don't know if it's like if the airport's on a bluff or what's going on with that. I really can't tell. All right, let's go ahead and drop our gear. Get some flaps. Had a little bit of stutter there. All right, some those wanting to push up, and there goes our MFDs. Just decided they wanted to go dark all of a sudden, you know, because hey, why not? It always, you know, needed on final approach. That has to be a bug. Absolutely has to be a bug. I don't know what else could be going on with that. All right, let's get full flaps. Push the nose down a little bit. She's gonna push up on us. And the speed's really falling off now. We'll do about 120. Give or take. Have to watch it. Have to watch this plane without the auto throttle. I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy this plane nearly as much if I didn't have the built-in throttle on my joystick. It helps immensely. And looks like we're a little bit high. Let's come off the throttle just a tad, drop down. A little bit high. Yeah, let's get our speed picked up just a tad here. Well, maybe just a tad low now. It's hard to tell. We'll go with this. You say popping over that ridge there, we got lifted up just a tad. Getting bumped around. Yeah, 117 knots. Everything's looking good. Definitely has some terrain off the end of the runway back there for sure. Still looking good. Come out of the power just a tad. About to hold 100. And someone got their house right off the end of the runway. I wonder if that's for real or if that's like a bug or something. Literally right there off the end of the runway. All right, here we go. Let's pull the power back slowly. Power back. And set her down. There we go. We won't need any reversers or anything like that. We'll just use the brakes. There we go. We'll just roll out to the end of the runway. Welcome to Ardmore, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Give you a little idea of what it looks like flying into town here. Got to see the town itself and now the airport. And you can see that weather south of us, that big system rolling in. I don't know if it's going to make its way up here or not. That was a fun approach. I really enjoyed that. I like coming, like I said, I like coming into the you know, the smaller airfields and figuring out the approaches and all that stuff. Always a huge blast to do that. And let's slow her down. Let's jump back out and get ready to exit the active here. We got a closed runway up ahead, so they had more than 2 runways at one time here. Oh, come on, you want to steer, do it. There we go. Yeah, I was looking at the chart earlier. It looked like they had several runways here at one point, several crossing runways. It kind of made me wonder if this was a airfield left over from World War II. You'll see that a lot of the airports stateside that were used as like training bases and stuff like that back then will have multiple intersecting runways. So I was kind of wondering if this is a holdover. It may not be. Maybe something you need to Google later. Alright, cross over this runway here. Clear that way and clear on the final, so we can scooch on across. I always like the Ardmore area, the rolling hills in the distance. That's really pretty. Very nice. There's a place on the interstate somewhere around here. I don't know if it's Ardmore itself or somewhere where it's really, you get some really pretty views. Alright, we're just going to park her right here and call it a trip. There we go. We're done roll up in Ardmore in our Citation. Anyway, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed it as usual. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the bell. It's always greatly appreciated. Leave me some comments on some other trips. I've got some in mind. I kind of thought about after this, maybe Fort Smith, Arkansas, or Little Rock, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe go up into Iowa. Anyway, we will catch you guys in the air next time. Peace.